All right, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, you're having a great day. Yesterday was a very good day for us. We had a little sweep. We ended up going 4-0. Unfortunately, one of the bets that was looking really good got rained out, so it was voided. But we had Pittsburgh and KC race to 6 neither. That game got a little sweaty at the end, but pulled it out and ended up being 4-3. We had the Red Sox on the run line. That was silly sweat-free. We had the Padres on the money line. Hell of a game there. 2 home run robs by the Padres. Ended up being 1-0 San Diego on a Luis Arias home run. So that was cool. And then we had the Mets on the money line. That was looking dead in the water after a really rough fifth inning, sixth inning. I can't remember what it was, but they were down 6-2 and ended up coming back and winning it 7-6. So that was fantastic. So I've got 6 best bets for you guys today. We're going to talk about every game. As always, it is getaway day. So those are always interesting days for most teams anyway. It's getaway day. All right, let's jump right into the slate. Kicking us off at 2:10 today is going to be the Blue Jays and the White Sox. This should be a pretty interesting game. We got 2 good pitchers on the mound, Eric Lauer and Adrian Hauser. Hauser's been fantastic at home. He's got 3 home starts, but he's got a .47 ERA, and he's pitching well to righties. Only concern is he's not really striking them out, and this is a Blue Jays team that just doesn't strike out anyway. 14% strikeout rate over the last week. Now, I like the first 5 under 4.5, so that's going to be my play in this one. Like it for a few reasons. Weather's not going to be overly ideal. It's not going to be terrible, but it's not going to be fantastic for scoring runs. It's going to be a day game. There's going to be no pregame batting practice. I expect them to come out a little cold, especially after they sat through a very lengthy rain delay yesterday. So I really like this. Give me the first 5 under 4.5 at -125 as our best bet. In terms of who wins this game, this is one of those, classic type getaway games where we could see something kind of weird happen. Both teams are... Actually, no, the White Sox play the Guardians tomorrow at home, so they do play, but the Blue Jays are going to be off tomorrow. So this would be one, Blue Jays will probably empty out the pen if they need to. Don't really see an angle here to take the White Sox at this price, so it would be Blue Jays or nothing, but I do like that first 5 under. Next game is going to be the Dodgers and the Brewers. Dodgers have lost 5 straight, and the Brewers have won 3 straight, 6-4 in their last 10. We got Tyler Glasnow coming back, going up against Jose Quintana, the lefty. Quintana's not been fantastic at home. He's got almost a 6 ERA in 5 home starts. But that said, this Dodgers team, they just offensively don't look right. Obviously missing some key players here. I expect Glasnow. I don't think he's going to come back looking terrible, but is it safe to say he's going to be a little rusty? Absolutely, and he's probably not going to go for a terribly long time. And this Dodgers bullpen's been bad. This bullpen over the last 30 days got a 5.63 ERA. That's 26th in baseball. And you're going up against a Brewers team that's got a 3.21 ERA in the pen. That is 7th best. They're 4th in FIP, 3rd in expected FIP. Ks per 9 on the bullpen's fantastic. They're top 5. So I do like the Brewers in this one, but we're going to take the Brewers plus 1.5 at -125 on BetMGM as our best bet. Just simply can't pay this price for the Dodgers right now. Offensively, they just look god-awful. So I think Quintana should be able to somewhat keep them down. So Brewers plus 1.5. If you don't want to play that, I don't mind the over. Obviously, it is going to be a dome, so we don't have to worry about the environment. So Brewers plus 1.5 is going to be the official play. Next game. This was a wild one. Phillies and the Giants. This was a walk-off inside the park home run is how this one ended last night. Pretty crazy game. Today you get Jesus Luzardo going up against Justin Verlander. Verlander 0-5 on the season. 4.26 ERA. That does jump slightly to 4.73 at home in 8 home starts. Luzardo on the road. It's got a 4.34 ERA and 9 away starts, 4.06 on the season. So it goes up just a little bit. We saw Luzardo just get absolutely destroyed by the Reds. I just don't love where he's at right now. Weather-wise, it's going to be 62 degrees with a 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. I can't get behind Verlander. He's just not good. His pitch mix doesn't look fantastic today. That said, neither does Luzardo's. It would probably be Phillies on the money line for me in this one. Just not sure I want to touch this. I do have the Phillies winning this 4-3. So that's where I have that there. Phillies are nothing for me in this game. Next game is going to be Tampa Bay going up against Detroit. Zach Littell and Reese Olson squaring off here. Olson at home's been fantastic. That said, he's only got 4 home starts, but he's got a 2.01 ERA in 4 home starts. Last 30 days has looked pretty good. Hard hit percentage is a little high for me, but that said, Zach Littell, I think Zach Littell is going to be serviceable today. Kind of seen regression offensively from the Rays, so I don't know if I want to get behind them. We've got an over-under of 8, and we've got 78 degrees with a 6-mile-an-hour wind that's going to be slightly blowing in. This would be one, I still like the over. I think Olsen, they should be able to get to him. And I think the Tigers will get to Littell, but really can't find an angle here to back the Rays, especially when we look that they're going to be traveling to Boston tomorrow to play the Red Sox. The Tigers are going to have the day off, so they're going to empty out the pens if they need to. I just can't really find an angle to get to the Rays here unless you want to avoid the sweep. But the Tigers have won 5 straight, 8-2 in their last 10, 32-14 at home. Yeah, it's Tigers or nothing for me. Maybe Rays +1. I could see it being somewhat of a tight game, but line would have to go up for me to want to get behind them. All right, next game is going to be the Mariners and the Yankees. So this one should be a pretty interesting game. You got Logan Evans going up against the rookie Cam Schlittler, making his season debut after Clark Schmidt was put on the IL. Logan Evans has been decent. He's got a 3.68 ERA and 4 away starts. Don't love his splits against lefties, though. He's done pretty good against righties, but 3.16 average to lefties over the last 30 days, 190 to righties. Now, the issue with me is he's not a K guy. If you want to get to the Yankees, you can strike him out. This guy's not a K guy. He strikes out about 17% of hitters, whether they're left or right. And you got a rookie on the other side. Yankees are 9-0 to the over in their last 9. So give me the over. It's going to be 87 degrees. There is a 63% chance of rain, but the wind is going to be blowing out today. Rain equals run. So I like that spot. Give me the over 9.5. I think the Yankees are able to get to Evans, and I think the Mariners bats wake up a little bit here and they get to the rookie. So like the over 9.5 in this spot. Next game is going to be the Mets and the Orioles. This is going to be David Peterson going up against Tomoyuki Sugano. So this one, I mean, really can't get to the Orioles. Sugano, I expect runs. Mets should be able to get to Sugano. Lefty on the other side. But Baltimore over the last 2 weeks hasn't been atrocious hitting lefties, hitting 260. Now we go over the past week, kind of back to where we were maybe a month and a half ago. They're hitting 182 against lefties, but I think they're able to get to Peterson. 10 is a pretty big number. It's going to be 85 degrees. There is a heavy chance of rain, like 76%. And there's going to be a 6-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. So it would be the over for me is the only way I would find value. Mets team total, I was hoping it would be 4.5, but it's 5.5, but you can get plus money out of that. I do have the Mets winning this fairly convincingly, about 6-3. So it'd be the over for me if I was going to take anything, or if you want to get ballsy, Mets on the run line, but not going to do that. Maybe Mets -1. All right, Miami and Cincinnati. Miami's on a tear. On the road, they have been absolute demons. Today you get Sandy Alcantara going up against Andrew Abbott. Congrats, Andrew Abbott, on being named an All-Star last night. I felt like that was a pretty big snub, in my opinion. He's 7-1 on the season with a 1.79 ERA. Should have been on there from the beginning, so happy to see him on there. 2 teams that have really struggled offensively versus right-handed and left-handed pitching. We look over the last 2 weeks. The Reds, they're a weird, slumpy team, and they're hitting 201 over the past 2 weeks with a 50 WRC plus. We go over the past week, it's even worse. They're hitting 187 with a 34 WRC plus. Now, on the flip side, the Marlins against lefties over the last 2 weeks hitting 171 over the last week, hitting 121 with a 19 WRC plus. So this just screams under. Another play, like the only two plays I would take in this one is Alcantara over 2.5 earned runs. I don't trust their bats, but the hit rate's phenomenal. He's over that in like 8 of his last 10, or the under. I do think the Reds should squeak out this win today. Just don't know if I trust it. There is a potential chance for some rain. It looks okay, though. It's going to be 85 degrees with the wind blowing out. So under 8.5 would be the way I'd play that. Maybe a first 5 under. But ultimately, I think the Reds do end up winning this. You could get ballsy and go like Reds run line. I could see them absolutely trouncing Alcantara. Like they're due for a reverse of yesterday. So I like it when teams lose by like 10 or more. Just back them. All right, next one is going to be Colorado and the Red Sox. So this is going to be Lucas Giolito going up against Antonio Senzatella. Senzatella, almost a 6.5 ERA on the road in 8 starts, but Giolito's got almost a 6 ERA in 6 home starts. But last 30 days, his splits have looked fantastic. 136 average against lefties, 222 against righties, striking out lefties at almost a 30% clip. But his hard hit percentage is really high, struggles with runners in scoring position. Senzatella, 300 average to lefties, almost 350 to righties, doesn't strike anybody out. Hard hit percentage through the roof, runners in scoring position, 287. It's the over or nothing for me, but I'm going to stay off this game. There's a lot of rain projected, so it's going to be 83 degrees, 67% chance of rain, and the wind's going to be slightly blowing in. So I don't really want to take an over in Boston with the wind slightly blowing in, but two very gettable pitchers. I have this as 7-4 Boston. I've also have it modeled at 6-5 Boston. So yeah, over would be the only way I would play that. I don't really want to run back the run line. It's getting too juiced. It's like minus 150 now. So over or nothing for me. Next game, Pittsburgh and Kansas City. This is going to be Bailey Falter going up against Chris Bubik. Pirates versus a lefty. It's an automatic smash it. They're hitting 226 over the past 2 weeks against lefties, 100 over the past week. Kansas City versus lefties have been really good, hitting 368 over the past week with a 197 WRC plus, 281 over the past 2 weeks with a 123 WRC plus. I like Bubik here. Pitch mix looks fantastic. The only pitch I see he could run into some trouble is that changeup. Pittsburgh is hitting the changeup pretty nicely over the last 30 days, but this will be Kansas City -1 or on the run line. Kansas City team total over. I look for them to smash. I mean, they absolutely got to Andrew Haney like nothing, and Bailey Falter to me is not much better than Andrew Haney. So that's where I'm at with that one. Royals, that almost made the card. I don't mind the under in that either. I don't know if Pittsburgh scores a single run, so Pirates team total under could be an option too. Next game, Cubs and the Twins. I did not see the Cubs getting trounced like that, I'll be honest. Stayed off of it, thankfully. Didn't touch that game, but was shocked when I saw kind of how that game played out. Cade Horton going up against David Festa. So Festa, not fantastic, and Cade Horton, not fantastic. So this should be runs. I like the over 9. My only issue is there is a slight wind blowing in, but man, both of these pitchers are very gettable. I expect the Cubs offense to wake up. I don't want to put my money behind them though. Cade Horton's just not a dude I trust. But this Twins bullpen's not been fantastic. They have a 6.5 ERA, dead last in baseball over the last 30 days. I think the bullpen's just getting taxed. Guys like Jackson, Sands, and Duran, like you just see them way too much. So this would be one I would only take the over in this one. I do see that Horton and Festa should get hit up pretty early here. All right, next one is going to be the Nats and the Cards. So this is going to be Mackenzie Gore going up against Andre Palante. Cardinals have been awful against lefties. One of the worst in baseball. 175 average over the last 2 weeks, 179 over the past week, striking out at a very high clip. 33% K rate over the past week, 26% over the last 2 weeks. You've got Mackenzie Gore, who is a strikeout guy. This guy has 131 strikeouts in 104 innings, so he's striking out about 1.26. He started off the season extremely hot. He's kind of cooled down with the Ks, but I do expect some strikeouts today. Only concern is there is some rain in the forecast, 62% chance of rain. It didn't look like it was anything that was going to cause delays or anything like that, but it's early in the day. Forecasts do change over time. So a couple of bets I like in this one. I do lean towards the Nats on the money line, but Mackenzie Gore under 18 and a half outs. 18 and a half is a lot of outs. He's only gone over that like once in his last 10 starts, and to get 5Ks. So that's an alt line. Pair those together, you get plus money. Also taking him to go over 5.5 Ks, minus 124 on Pinnacle. And then might do a little ladder play with him. I'm not sure on that one, but I do like the over 5.5. I haven't projected for 7 Ks today. So that's where we're at with that. Next game is going to be Cleveland and Houston. Slade Sassoni going up against Brandon Walter. Guardians have won 2 in a row. Pretty nice feat against an Astros team that coming into this series was 32-14 at home. 32-16 now. Still 6-4 in their last 10. Guardians are 2-8 in their last 10, but hey, they're on a 2-game winning streak. Brandon Walter, I don't know if that's somebody I trust necessarily to right the ship, but I don't trust Slade Sassoni. So this would be one. It would be Houston or nothing for me. You're getting a decent price to take a team that is significantly better at home. So Houston or nothing there. Next game, Rangers and the Angels. 3 more games left here. Kumar Rocker going up against Kyle Hendricks. Kyle throw it right down the middle. Hendricks, K rate's actually been going up for old Kyle. He's got a 20% K rate versus lefties over the last 30 days, 17% versus righties. Pretty good. This was single digits kind of the first month of the season. Giving up a sub-4 ERA at home, 3.94. Kumar Rocker on the road's been tragic, 11.34 in 5 away starts. Again, had a terrible, terrible start. It was like his first away start against the Reds that have just continued to skew this data pretty good. But splits are not bad. 200 average to lefties, 235 to righties, but hard hit percentage 47%. It would be the over 9. I don't really want to back the Rangers, so it'd be the Angels or the over 9 would be the only way I would play that game. It is going to be 81 degrees with the wind blowing out tonight. So over 9. One that almost made the card, honestly. All right, next game is going to be Arizona and San Diego. 1-0 game last night. We get Brandon Pfaadt and Dylan Cease today. Just can't get behind Dylan Cease. Just can't do it, won't do it. That said, Cease and Holmes have been really good. 276 ERA over 8 home starts. 224 average to lefties, 255 to righties. Okay, he's a little high with runners in scoring position, but Brandon Pfaadt's not a dude I trust either. He's got a 5.38 ERA on the season. It jumps to 6.60 in 9 away starts. Struggles a little bit with runners in scoring position. Hard hit percentage is 49.5%. That is just absolutely awful. It's one of the worst among starters in the MLB. Giving up a 306 average to lefties, 263 to righties. It's a Padres spot. You're not getting bad value to take the minus 140 to take the Padres at home. It just kind of shows you that the books aren't necessarily completely sold on Dylan Cease either. But Dylan Cease over his case could be a good look. We've seen that this Diamondbacks team, high velo guys, with especially guys that throw a hard slider, they just struggle. We saw Pivetta last night just get some super clutch Ks. I mean, Eugenio Suarez was just an insta K last night. So Cease over Ks could be a look as well, but it's Padres for me. Got to fade Brandon Pfaadt. All right, last game on the card is going to be the Braves and the A's. Bryce Elder against Mitch Spence. Just 2 absolute dominators of the game pitching here. Bryce Elder, 6 away game, has a 5.09 ERA. Mitch Spence, 14 home starts, has almost a 6 ERA. Don't love the splits for either of these guys. Elder, over the last 30 days, 417 average to lefties, 418 to righties. So both sides of the dish hitting over 400. Mitch Spence, lefties are hitting 333, righties are hitting 227. Hard hit percentage is high for these guys. They struggle runners in scoring position. There's just no, I expect runs. We saw the A's just absolutely dominate Fuentes last night. I don't know if it'll be as dominant tonight, but I do expect runs from both of these teams. It's going to be 83 degrees with a 9-mile-an-hour wind that's going to be blowing out. So give me runs when the wind's blowing out here. Over 10.5, I'll take it. This is a very small park. Home runs are projected to be up about 23%. I think runs are projected to be up like 19%. So Do like runs in this spot. Don't like the pitch mix for either of these guys. Should just be a shit show of runs. All right, let's get to our best bets. Before we do that, guys, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up. Comment down below with your favorite day or play. Or your favorite day. I don't care. Comment anything down below. Helps with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right, first play of the day is going to be the Brewers. Plus 1.5. It's not necessarily we're fading glass now. I think this Brewers team at home is just better. And I think they find ways to score runs. So as long as they can keep it, within one, we're good. We're going to take the Mariners and the Yankees over 9.5. Like I said, I think they get to Logan Evans. I think the rookie will struggle a little bit. We got the wind blowing out. Yankees are 9-0 to the over in their last 9. We got Mackenzie Gore under 18.5 outs, but 5+ Ks. We get that at plus money. Then we're also going to take him over 5.5 Ks at -124. We're going to take the Braves and the A's over 10.5. And then our first game on the card, Blue Jays and the White Sox first 5. We're going to take the under 4.5, hoping that the sticks come out a little rusty after a lengthy rain delay yesterday. No pregame BP. So hopefully all that works in our favor. So those are the 6 plays, guys. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.